why don't you hold this and record my act? Yes or no? Will you do it? All right, thanks. Give me a round of applause. All right. So I was a little bit nervous about getting up here tonight. I've not done this many times. It's only my third time. But I was talking to Brooke, the young, sexy lady that was up here a little while ago. And she just suggested I imagine you all in your underwear. On that note, ma'am, that is a lovely G-string you're wearing. But why is the gentleman next to you wearing the same one? I was in Reno recently in April. I was there for real work, not telling jokes. But my cousin Jay, who lived there, knew I was coming into town, so I got a text message on my phone a month beforehand that said we're performing at the 3rd Street Blues Bar on April 30th. I'm like, oh crap. But he was really nice. I mean, I got there, he took me to the Bunny Ranch, Mustang Ranch, whatever they call that thing, and I slapped down $3,000 in front of the madame. I told her I wanted a bologna sandwich and the ugliest woman there. She said, sir, for $3,000, you can have a top shelf woman, a very nice looking lady. I said, ma'am, you misunderstand my intention. I'm not here, I'm not horny, I'm homesick. All right. Joey used to own this place about 5 years back, and he used to tell this airplane stuff. Okay, I did graduate from the University of Michigan. The rest is bullshit. Okay, if anybody graduated from Michigan State and they're offended by anything, the exit is right there. So I graduated from the University of Michigan. I thought to myself, what would I like to do for a living? And I came up with the idea of doing something different, something unique. Being an airline pilot, but not any type of airline pilot. An honest airline pilot. This is Captain Lawrence speaking. We'll be flying at 30,000 feet. If you look out your left window, you can see all your luggage. If you look out your right window, you can see all the shit that was in your luggage. Should we crash over the ocean, let it be known that your seat cushions can be used as a flotation device. What this means is when the plane crashes and sinks to the very bottom of the ocean, you'll be able to float around the cabin. Have a nice day. But then I thought about it. I graduated from University of Michigan. Where would I be flying out of? Detroit Metro. Every morning I'd have to remove the club from the steering wheel of the plane. Half my flights would be late because I'd have to remove the graffiti from the plane. I mean, come on. And then I realized you don't actually have to work on an airplane to have fun on an airplane. My cousin Jay and I took a flight from Detroit to Reno. And I said, Jay, follow me. So we went up in front of the first class, you know, where the pilot and co-pilot hang their jackets. And I put on the pilot's jacket, he put on the co-pilot's jacket. And I said, Jay, follow me in about 10 seconds. So I started walking towards the back of the plane. And I got a little bit over the halfway point. I turned around, I looked at him, he looked at me. I laughed, he laughed. And that's the beauty of American competition. There's many other airlines that'll still let us fly with them. All right, so who here is a parent? Can I see a hand? All right, I see 2 hands. I see this gentleman here and this lady here. Do you consider yourselves good parents? Not obviously the same children, they're 2 separate tables. But you're both good parents. Okay. I would therefore assume you would never, ever allow your children to watch A Wizard of Oz. That's because it's a drug-infested movie from beginning to end. I mean, take my word on this. When Dorothy, you know, she flies her house into town, you know, smoking the funny stuff starts to grow. Think about his woman singing, "We are the cannabis kids." And then the monkeys were stoned off their ass. They had the munchies. They're singing about Oreos. Oh, Oreos. I'm telling you. But the Scarecrow, at least you got to have respect for the Scarecrow. At least the Scarecrow admitted he'd done so many drugs, he lost his freaking mind. Dorothy, I don't know if she was drunk, high, what her problem was. She couldn't walk a straight line to save her life. She's trying to blame it on the yellow brick road. Now you got to take my word on this. I've gotten a few women wet in my time, but they've never melted before my eyes. That was acid or LSD. Even the black people laughed. They tried the LSD. Good job. We thought that was white only drug. Then they all fall asleep in the poppy field, and they call their good dealer, I'm sorry, the good witch from the north, a little bit of snow to wake them up. Obvious cocaine reference. And then the colored horses changing colors before your eyes at the end of the movie. I don't know if that's mescaline, mushrooms, but something funky was going on there. And then, at the Tin Man, straight out of the crack house out of Detroit, every 5 minutes that boy needed to fix or he wouldn't go any further. And then he changed the tracks so you don't get some tracks in any one spot. You're changing spots, you know? With that said, my daughter owns a copy. Just don't let it be said that I am also a single parent. Okay, so my father used to tell me stories, not jokes, stories. He told me a story once about a mouse and a rhinoceros. The mouse got stuck in a hole. He's crying for help, yelling, please, please, help me, help me. The rhinoceros hears him. So the rhinoceros comes on over, finds that he's gotten stuck in like a tiger trap. There's a big hole in the frickin' ground. So the rhinoceros comes over the hole. He puts its front paws over the front of the hole, his back paws over the back of the hole, and he lowers down this enormous schlong. And the little mouse, he grabs onto the enormous schlong and he crawls out and gets out of the hole and he says, Mr. Rhinoceros, if there's anything I can ever do to help you out, let me know. Rhinoceros shrugs it off. He's thinking, this is just a little mouse. 3 days later, the mouse is out foraging for food. And the mouse, he hears a bellowing for help from the rhinoceros. He runs around a little bit and finds out the rhinoceros got stuck in the same damn hole. So the mouse, he runs home, he grabs his Corvette. He backs his Corvette up to the hole. He ties a rope on the back of the Corvette. He throws the other end of the rope down into the hole of the rhinoceros. Revs the engine a little bit and pulls the rhinoceros out. The moral of the story, as my father told me, is if you've got a long schlong, you don't need a Corvette. I will now testify to the fact that my father owned 2 Corvettes when I grew up. The orange construction cones right before the Super Bowl. And in any other state, any other 48 states, they've got signs, that I'm sure say, 1 lane merging up ahead, they're closing a lane for construction. Only in Detroit, only around Detroit, in Michigan, can you see a sign coming up on Telegraph that says not 1, not 2, but 3 lanes closed ahead, squeeze it in, suck it in, and good luck. But I mean, I dated, at the age of 23, I dated a Canadian girl for about a week, and then I found out I did the exchange rate, and I realized with the exchange rate that the girl was only 14. So I broke up with her. She actually called me back last week, and I took another look at the exchange rate and now realize she's 65 and 30 years older than me.
Wrap it up.
All right, so I'm going to get off the stage, but I'm going to tell you, everybody here is 21. What that means is at the age of 21 here, everybody in this audience has had the privilege of being alive when this country was run by a Bush, a Colin, and a Dick. Thank you very, very much. Remember to tip your waitresses very, very well, or at least make them honor the line. Thank you.
Yeah, Lawrence Camp one more time, folks.